What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Going to be playing a game on PTCGO today, and today I have got Primal Groudon-EX expanded format. Gonna take advantage of the fact that I've got 4 tropical beaches right now, and gonna try a little bit with this deck. It is a popular deck, semi-popular. I mean, it can only be so popular because it has 4 tropical beaches in it. One of the hardest cards, if not the hardest card, to get your hands on for expanded format. Each copy of Tropical Beach goes for I think like $150 to $200, somewhere between $100 and $200 last time I checked, depending on the condition. Getting a playset of Tropical Beaches can be very expensive, and considering that expanded format is not a format that most players play all year, most people are not looking to get 4 copies of Tropical Beaches just to play in a couple of tournaments. So it is definitely a more expensive deck to play, but it is very fun. Primal Groudon's deal is that Primal Groudon has this trait, Omega Barrier, that makes it so that it cannot be the target of Lysandre or Guzma or Pokemon Catcher or anything like that, or Enhanced Hammer or Pokemon or Crushing Hammer, any of that, right? None of that works on Primal Groudon. So very cool deck. We have, let's see, Resource Management Oranguru here, a Wobbuffet in the active position. I'm just going to go ahead and Cynthia. I don't think that I necessarily need any of those cards in that hand. I really just want to get myself like a Korrina or something like that. But alas, we just have 2 Wobbuffets, so that's fine. I'll put a second Wobbuffet into play, and then it looks like we're going to be using Cynthia again next turn. We also play 1 copy of Buzzwole-GX in here and 1 Beast Ring, which is interesting because with Korrina, if my opponent is on a 4 or 3 price turn, we can just go get Buzzwole and Beast Ring to power up a quick basic attacker, which can be nice sometimes because Mega Pokemon EX have this very, yes, we got a beach, that is very good, have this very kind of detrimental qualifier that you can only evolve into them with a Spirit Link attached. The Spirit Link is a tool card that we don't actually play in this list, so we don't play any tool cards. We don't play any Spirit Link tool cards. So the qualifier is that if you Mega Evolve without a Spirit Link, then your turn ends immediately. So it is a little bit of a downfall, but worth it to get the very powerful Primal Groudon into play. I think I will attach my Floatstone to the active and then just beach here for a few more cards. We just need my opponent not to drag up this Groudon right here this turn, and then we should be smooth sailing, be able to Primal Evolve, and then you can see that that Omega Barrier is going to keep the Primal Groudon safe on the bench. Now, we do play Wobbuffets in order to try and slow my opponent down as I set up Primal Groudon and that giant Gaia Volcano attack, right? Gaia Volcano discards stadiums in play and does 100 plus 100 damage if you did discard a stadium. So that's a very powerful attack. Obviously, a Pokemon that cannot have its energy removed, very strong, 240 hit points. Fighting typing is also extremely relevant in expanded format since, of course, Zoroark GX is so popular. I'm playing against what appears to be some sort of Garchomp deck. Now, I don't think that Garchomp Lucario is going to be absolutely fantastic for me, considering that deck doesn't actually use a lot of abilities, I don't think. So that might be a little bit of a problem, that they can kind of just go in with these non-GX attackers that have a lot of hit points and trade favorably with my Groudons while not being disrupted at all by my Bide Barricade. That is a little bit of an issue. So I think I have to Primal Evolve this turn. I have to Mega Evolve, just have to do that. And then I might Brooklet Hill for either another Primal Groudon or I guess they do have the Lucario. Okay, so that is going to be good. At least the Wobbuffet will stop the Lucario. But generally speaking, I'm not going to be aggressing at all, so they kind of have all the time in the world to set things up here that could be problematic. Okay, So I think that I just Brooklet Hill for another one, especially, yeah, I do have that Primal Groudon there, so that's good. I guess this Regirock could be good as well. The Regirock does have the same ability or the same alpha or omega barrier, whatever, that the Groudon has. I'll try to set up 2 Groudons, though. Why not? That's fine. 2 Groudons seems better than 1. So we'll get both of these guys out. And I think I could just, I can just Pokemon Center Lady the active, buy a little bit more time so that this thing doesn't get knocked out. I kind of like that. And then we'll just Primal Evolve here. And we're good to go. All right. So I guess I could Field Blower that Wishful Baton, but we'll wait and see if, like, I don't know, next turn what we got going on. So there we go. We got ourselves a Groudon. Check him out. Beautiful. Very cool. This is very much not my style of deck, by the way. I much prefer more aggressive decks that take quick prizes. Oh, I guess we also shut off this Diancie. That's kind of cute. This is like very much a kind of slow and steady wins the race kind of deck. You just try to bide your time with Wobbuffet, build up your board slowly. I would hate to, I'm just looking at my board now. I would hate to just end my opponent. They got nothing going on in this hand here, so I think that I'm just going to Steven's Resolve. Get some more cards into play that way. I mean, let's see, we could Lusamine. Lusamine gets back the Tropical Beach and potentially a Cynthia. I kind of like that, actually. So let's just go in and let's get the Lusamine. We'll get the Beach back, and then also the Cynthia seems good. We'll do that. And that way we can counter my opponent's Stadium. I think we'll also get that Regirock into play just to thin our deck a little bit. That's cool. And then I can attach that there, probably will be the most useful. We'll Field Blower as well. Just get rid of the 1 Wishful Baton. And then we get to Beach for a little bit. Like I said, my opponent's just got a very tiny hand, so I am not trying to give them just a free 6 cards. That's like a feel bad. So I'm gonna let this Wobbuffet get KO'd, and then I'll promote the other Wobbuffet, and we'll try to get some attackers going here while we kind of give up these Wobbuffets. I do need to start attaching energy, though. That's just like a thing that we're definitely behind on right now. Not super excited about it, but at least my opponent is like 2-hit KOing. That's very good. So we got our first strong energy there. I could Korrina, I guess, will get me my other Primal Groudon, which is super good this turn. And I could Counter Catcher. Let's see, Counter Catcher could be good. Bring up like the Diancie. That could be pretty sweet. I kind of like that. And that way we get to like just disrupt my opponent a little bit if they don't have a switch card. They can't also Guzma. They have to have like a switch card in order to get this Diancie out of here. And then we just get to Primal Evolve. So now we've got 2 of them undamaged. Fantastic. My entire bench cannot be Guzma'd or Lysandre'd or Catchered up or anything. They are just all stuck here with that Omega Barrier trait. It's a very strong trait, but you can see how grindy, slow of a deck this is. Fortunately, this Lucario's Precognitive Aura is not going to work. This Diancie's not going to work, but my opponent will Beach, so it's probably about N o'clock here. They are beaching now. So we're going to, let's see, N does limit them more than Cynthia, so I'll probably just go for an N. That's fine. I don't really need any of those cards in my hand. Ooh, and then we don't actually have an energy. So I could escape rope. That doesn't seem worth it. I could put this Buzzwole down. That doesn't seem worth it. I think we just Beach. Ooh, it was the next card. All right, we got it next turn. That's fine. And then I guess we just try to pare my hand down even more. Probably Korrina for another. I don't know. We'll Verse Seeker probably for an N or something. That'll probably be what we do next turn because we just need to keep drawing cards. We don't even play any Mega Turbo in this list. It really is just an ultimate grindhouse. Like, we are just manually attaching to Primal Groudon. Absolutely horrific. while we just sack Wobbuffets in the active and then try to like scramble switch. That's how we keep our energy moving, is that eventually we try to scramble switch from a damaged Primal Groudon to an undamaged Primal Groudon and do things that way. So we bought a couple of turns off of the counter catcher on the Diancie though, so I'm definitely excited about that. That is good, but this guy is going to prove to be a little bit of an issue here, especially if he keeps using that Turbo Assault onto his benched guys. I don't want to go down too many prizes because I'm not going to skip ahead any prize cards here by my, let's see, ooh, Max Potion's kind of good. Kind of like the Max Potion. This thing does more damage to Pokemon EX, though. That is, like, extremely troubling. Oh, my opponent's working on a second Garchomp there. More time would be very good. So I feel like the Max Potion on the active is, like, ugh. It's not, like, what I want, but it's probably what I have to do because I just need to buy a little bit more time. I need a couple more turns here. So we'll... Oh, my gosh. Ending my opponent feels bad, too. But we kind of just have to see some new cards here. So let's just go in and hopefully we find ourselves another energy, and then we can just beach again, draw some more cards. No energies to be found. That's fine. Not even any playable cards, really. I can't really play those. Let's just, yeah, Professor's Letter. There we go. I forgot that the letter was in the deck. We could have Korrina'd for the energy there. That was my bad, but it's all good. It's fine. We got a different hand now, and we'll get the energy next turn and attach that. So I should still be okay on the, like, this thing needs 4 energy by the time it gets into the active position. This is only like my second time ever playing this deck, so take it easy on me, fellas. Ugh, I don't have beaches, so I've never, ever, ever played this deck. I played it once on stream last night, and it was like the worst, or 2 nights ago. It's the worst experience I ever had playing Pokemon. I just was like, oh, I felt like I was doing nothing, like, forever. And as you guys could tell by this video, like, it's probably going to be like 45 minutes of me doing nothing. Nothing. So this is definitely not my kind of deck for expanded format, but I respect it. You know, it is a very challenging deck to play. Does have a lot of cool things going for it. It's just not my cup of tea at all. So up next, we could potentially Versus Seeker for like Pokemon Center Lady, buy even more time. We could or we could Korrina. I got the Professor's Letter finally, so that's fine. We could do that and just get more energy attached to my dude here. I could Lusamine for Supporters back. That's always like a good play, it feels like. Even just getting like Pokemon Center Lady back is good. Anything that just heals my Groudons is going to be a powerful play. And we can see my opponent just loading everything up. They're just like getting ready to go here. Let's see what we got. Got an Escape Rope. I'll just, Professor's Letter here. Get my 2 fighting energies out of the deck. And we can see those are like the only 2 fighting energies left in the deck, right? So we'll do that, and then I definitely want to just save that other fighting energy. So I feel like I just Lusamine, I guess, for Pokemon Center Lady back, and I could do that. I could save the Wobbuffet, I guess. If I do 60, if I heal 60, that'll have 20 on it, and then if they do 80 again, then that's 100 damage. So they are a little bit short of knocking out the Wobbuffet if I Pokemon Center Lady it. But I feel like I want to save all my heal cards for like the active Groudon. Feels better. So I could just Lusamine back for the Pokemon Center Lady and like an N. Probably, that feels good. Yeah, Lusamine back for those feels okay. That way I kind of got some juice left in my deck. So I'm also going to be like discarding stadiums too, though, so we might want like a, let's just go ahead and Lusamine. All right, timer. All right. We'll get back a Pokemon Center Lady and probably another Lusamine just so that we can continue kind of that grind there. And I'll just heal next turn, you know, and then I have the Versus Seeker as well. More heal cards kind of seems good. We're kind of just like prepping for it here. My opponent is going to take that Wob out. I'm not going to get to use Beast Ring this game probably, but you know, that's fine. We could Stone Edge at some point, which could be okay. I guess like we can Scramble Switch onto Regirock, which can Stone Edge. That just seems like a pretty insane maneuver there. I'm not exactly sure that that'll be worth it. We only play so many energies in the deck, and to put 4 of them on a non-GX is kind of a feel bad. So I think that we want to avoid doing that. This Wobbuffet's going to go. Then we're going to start finally attacking with our Primal Groudon. We could just see how long this has taken. It has taken an excruciatingly long amount of time. My opponent's got 2 of these Garchomps in play. That is like no bueno. Not good at all. So I could end my opponent for sure. We could do that. I feel like I just have like a pretty good hand though. So there's not really anything in my hand that I want to necessarily get rid of. I think I kind of just like it all. So I could Korrina and just check and see if there's anything else in my deck. Oh, there is some things in my deck I want to get. I would want to get like Hard Charm. Yeah, that seems very good for this moment. And then I could just get the Buzzwole and put it into my hand as well. I don't think that, yeah, Beast Ring is really a good option for me right now, but putting a Hard Charm on that Primal Groudon does seem very strong. Then we could just, like, Gaia Volcano. Take them out. All right, we'll do it. Get out of here, Garchomp. Goodbye. So then I just like have Lusamine in my hand as well. I can bring back that Tropical Beach and Gaia Volcano again. I also can Pokemon Center Lady and heal this thing. But that Bite Off is going to be quite a pain, and the Diancie is boosting its damage output, so that's going to do 160 damage. 160 damage, that is a 2-hit KO on Primal Groudon, which is not what we want. We need to slow my opponent down somehow. And now, of course, they're going to be able to get whatever they want out of their deck with these precognitive auras that they have been building up ever so slowly. Yes, they are going to be able to search out whatever 3 cards they want out of their deck. So it could also be good for me to end this turn, but that seems kind of sketchy. I could just like knock out the Garchomp and then end. That might be the best situation. I think they tried to Field Blower for nothing. They attempted to Field Blower the Hard Charm. It's not going to work. So I think the best course of action is to maybe Scramble Switch onto the fresh Primal Groudon and end them to 4 and hope that they can't get another Groudon into play. That's like probably where I'm at. Otherwise, I don't really know, because them being able to search out 2 or 3 cards out of their deck every turn is going to be very bad. So we need to try and limit them in some way. And I think that like once we get these Garchomps taken care of, then we can kind of get to the healing aspect. We can start healing our guys. You know, Pokemon Center Lady will be relevant and all of that. Otherwise, we need to just keep up the aggression until we clear all of the attackers off of my opponent's side of the board. You can see how this is like way more of like a thinking person's deck than I am like prepared for. This is way too much of a thinker for me, just you know, way too slow and steady. I like to kind of get out the gates quick with an aggressive deck and try to take control of the match that way. I do not prefer to sit back and go down on prizes to try and take control of the match. That is definitely not my thing. Now, this is kind of scary with that Guyball having a... I really want to hit my Enhanced Hammer now. So, oh, and they Turbo Assaulted. That's beautiful, actually. So I think here, my goodness, okay. I would love to hit Enhanced Hammer. I think I could Korrina for Enhanced Hammer and just knock this thing out. But I'm only doing 120 damage right now. I actually do need to like Lusamine this turn, which is kind of rough to get that Stadium back. If I get the Lusamine, then I know my opponent is, I know my opponent will just be able to knock that out. So, do I Scramble Switch and Lusamine? I think we have to Lusamine to knock out the Garchomp. Yeah, I have to get a Stadium back. So, let's just do that. It's Lusamine for the Stadium back, and then probably for another Lusamine. That's fine. And then I think I just Scramble Switch now because my opponent could just, my opponent could just, you know, evolve this Guyball and then hit me for like 230, 240. That's like really sketchy if they have like a choice band and all that. So I think I do have to scramble switch into this fella. Yeah, that's not what we wanted to do, but it's fine. We'll select all these energies to move. And then we'll put this into play. And I think that's just what I have to do. You know, I would potentially consider Beast Ringing if I had more energy in deck. I don't think that I actually have enough energy in deck, though. Well, I guess I should probably check. I know I have at least one Psychic in deck, but that Psychic doesn't do this Buzzwole any good, so I don't want a Beast Ring either. Let's just Gaia Volcano. Knock this thing out. The Stadium goes again. 4 prizes remaining. We got Guzma now. Apparently I prized both my Lysandre and my Guzma, which is fine, but we're going to see now if my opponent plays Choice Band. If they play Choice Band, if they have everything that they need in their hand in order to get the Choice Band, the Rare Candy, the Garchomp, you know, there's Rare Candy, Garchomp. So now it's just a matter of, do they play Choice Band? If they play Choice Band, they're going to be able to Royal Blades for like 250 damage and just take this Primal Groudon out the game. So I guess I just was kind of stuck there because I couldn't Pokemon Center Lady this thing and then knock out. I didn't have the other strong energy to knock out that active. I would have only been doing 120. I don't play Diancie or anything like that, so I was kind of just like hard capped at 120 damage without my Stadium. And I really wanted like Enhanced Hammer that last turn as well to get rid of that double colorless. There's a lot of things that I wanted here, so let's see if my opponent plays the Choice Band. If they play the Choice Band, I think I'm out of here. I think I just lose. So this has been a tough route for sure. I think there's just, you know, not great as far as the matchups go. Anytime you get a non-GX that could just easily do 200 damage, 250 damage even, it's not going to be great for Primal Groudon, especially if, you know, especially if that deck does not put any Pokemon GX into play. That is going to make it tough goings for sure. This Focus Sash could have been on the active, I guess. I just was thinking that, you know, I guess I had thought that my opponent would not be able to hit 250 damage, but they definitely can now that I'm looking at it. There's the Choice Band. They've got the 250 damage. That is just crushing. Oh my gosh. The Garchomp Lucario deck taking me out in expanded format. Who would have thought? This is not my deck, guys. It's not my deck, but I had to show it off. Had to try. Got 4 beaches here. We had to give it a shot. Otherwise, like, I don't know. I like to try to show off all the decks that I can on this channel. This is just not my thing. Okay, so yeah, we're down to 2 prizes. I don't think that there's really anything that we could do at this point. My opponent is just like kind of taking control of the board. I just can't really rebound from this, I don't think. There's no way I'm going to be able to get 4 energy on a Groudon before they just like take control. So well played, sir. We are out of here. We're going to try one more time with this deck and see if we can redeem ourselves with the Groudon, Primal Groudon redemption match. The learning for this deck is real. I am still very much in the process of kind of learning all the different routes you could take with Primal Groudon. It is definitely a thinker deck for sure. There's a lot of complexities to it. It's a slower deck. You have to make the correct move every single turn while you are trying to prepare for that ultimate shake and bake maneuver at the end where you just like come in with the Primal Groudon, take out all your opponent's biggest threats, and sweep, right? It's not the easiest thing to pull off. Definitely not just a pick up and go deck. It is a slower, grindier deck for sure. But I want to do my best to kind of show like a bigger picture of the Pokemon trading card game here on my channel. I really like the idea of showing off as many decks as I can. So trying to show off Primal Groudon while I have those tropical beaches here on my account. I don't actually own any. Sean was nice enough to lend me a few through trade so that I could get some Primal Groudon action here on the channel. So gonna try and roll this final game here. We're shipping it no matter what happens, no matter what. We are shipping it. This is looking like a pretty good starting hand here. I'm going first, so I'm not going to play any more cards. Ooh, we got a turn 1 Korrina. What else do you really want? That's fantastic. We could get a Primal Groudon. We can also get, I don't know, Enhanced Hammer Field Blower is pretty good. We could get Scramble Switch. Ultra Ball could be pretty good. We could Ultra Ball for like a Lele, I guess, which could be pretty radical. Allow me to get out of this hand eventually. That could be good. Instead of just Korrina-ing over and over again, we would definitely want to get ourselves a supporter card here eventually. But I got 2 Korrinas, so I think for now I probably just get myself like some energy flow going, and that feels pretty good. I could just safely get the Professor's Letter there and be like, yeah, we're going to probably just do that next turn. So I know that that is a fine play. We'll attach the basic fighting energy just in case there's some world where my opponent plays Enhanced Hammer. And let's just pass it to my opponent. There's no way they're like attacking this Wobbuffet turn 1 and knocking it out. I got my eyes on potentially Ultra Ball next turn. Like I said, the Ultra Ball will allow me to go grab Tapu Lele. Haven't actually, oh no, they did it. All right, so they brought up this thing with an escape rope. They will be able to potentially life leap, I guess. So they could do 20 damage to it, but they want to get that Wobbuffet out the active position so that they can do things like set up with Shaman EX. So good play on my opponent's part, having the escape rope there. Super, super clutch card to have in their hand for sure. We do not want this Groudon to go down though, so we are promptly going to put the Wobbuffet back out into the active position where it belongs and try to Primal Evolve, try to set up a little bit more. My opponent does have the D-Valley in play. It's interesting because D-Valley actually can allow me to Psychic Assault. I don't think that I ever will, but I could. Did they just pass? They could have Life Leaped, right? They could have healed this. Yeah, they could have Life Leaped. I don't know. Apparently I didn't feel like Life Leaping, but that's cool. I ain't tripping. Let's, Professor's Letter here. We're going to grab 2 more fighting energies. And then I think I'm going to Korrina as well. And we'll grab ourselves probably another Primal Groudon. And then probably an Ultra Ball or Versus Seeker. We'll grab Versus Seeker. And that way we can Korrina again next turn. I don't know. That just seems like the way. So let's escape rope for sure. We're going to throw that Wobbuffet back out into the active position. And then we'll hope my opponent doesn't really draw anything too hot. That's fine. Wobby's back out. Okay. And then we got a basic fighting here. And we got a Primal Evolution. I will put down this Regirock just in case that Wobbuffet does happen to kind of bite the dust. That way I can put up something without feeling super bad about it. You know, he can soak a hit. He's cool. You know, he's got 110 hit points. Adventure Bag. Oh, that's a pretty swifty little inclusion there. Allows you to search out your Spirit Links. Help with that Mega Evolution. So that's pretty rad. Nice little buff that Mega Pokemon get with the newest set. So that is fun. My opponent discards a Giratina there. Unfortunately, the Giratina, I think, does still work in the discard pile. Yep, because Wobbuffet does not block Psychic Pokemon's abilities. So my opponent could potentially, it's looking like they're probably going to knock out this Wobbuffet this turn. And the Giratina gets to snipe my Primal Groudons. This is a nightmare. This is no bueno for sure. We need to get ourselves out of this one. And my opponent gets to Oranguru. That's very fun. Search for more energy cards with Vital Dance there to attach to their Pokemon. Not that they need it. They've got that Dimension Valley in play. So they can use Despair Ray for just 1 energy. Discard probably the Shaman, the Giratina, and that Oranguru. And that Giratina is just going to keep coming back in order to damage my my Groudons again and again. So not really excited about that. They didn't discard them actually, so that's kind of interesting. Wasn't expecting that. We'll ship this guy and we're just going to attach, honestly, let's just attach a strong energy. I will Versus Seeker, I guess, for Korrina, and we kind of have to just Korrina again here. think I'm going to Korrina for the Beast. Like that Beast Ring I never end up using, ever. Counter Catcher could be good, though I definitely want to just draw cards. So I feel like I kind of have to get an Ultra Ball here, unfortunately, just to get myself a Lele in order to potentially do anything. I feel like I'm kind of just a sitting duck right here. So I'll get myself an Ultra Ball, and next turn we'll Lele. That's fine. I attached my energy for turn already. We'll just Primal Evolve here. So we've got 3 barrier Pokemon in play. Next turn I will, I don't know, N or something, and we're just going to go in and Gaia Volcano for a ton of damage. That's just what we got going on. And we're going to hope that maybe my opponent cannot, you know, deal 230 damage to knock out my Primal Groudon. That's just what we got. So they are going to go ahead, and that's just a Primal Groudon deck. Your opponent always goes up on prizes against you. There's no way to stop that from happening. I mean, Primal Groudon almost never takes the first few prizes unless the Wobbuffet like really did wonders and like stopped the opponent's deck completely. Oh, they attempted to Guzma. Yep, nope, sorry, these guys cannot be Guzma'd. Oh yeah, we got there. So opponent tried to Guzma with their, broken heart. Sorry, can't do it. You got the barrier. Yeah, that was close. You give them the, that was close. Man, almost got him. That, I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to do that before too. You're like, oh yeah, bring them out. We need to knock out the Groudons. The Groudons cannot be KO'd though, so my opponent is going to knock out that thing. That's cool. And then I'm just going to go in with, here we go. Hopefully they can't do enough damage to knock this fella out. Let's get in there. All right, we got an Ultra Ball as well. I think I'm getting rid of that Buzzwole for sure. And then, the Max Potion's a feel bad. I think I'm just going to get rid of the Fighting Energy. I don't like need that. The Max Potion could be good though. So we'll get that going. Let's get ourselves Tapu Lele, and then we will get a supporter. I think I'm going to get an N, and my opponent to 4 feels pretty good. Yeah. No, they scooped it up. No, I was doing so well. I was finally doing well. We'll take the win though. We were going to win that one for sure. My opponent tried to Guzma Groudon. That's just a feel bad. So we'll do one more. That was just that was a quick one. So we'll do one last game here with Primal Groudon to show off what this deck can do, and well, hopefully show off what it can do, or maybe just show off, you know, how it just sits around and you don't do anything forever like I did that first game. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I am definitely still learning the ways of the Groudon. I feel like I don't have enough patience to play this deck. But let's see, we're playing against Zadic Mastro. So hopefully this is a quick one, though I feel like Groudon games are never a quick one. We won the coin flip, so great. We'll go in first, and hopefully this is a decent starting hand as well. That would have been fine. Love starting with Beach. Unfortunately, the Korrinas don't get us beaches. That's unfortunate. A lot of beach decks used to play Skyla. You'd play Skyla to go get the turn 1 beach because the turn 1 beach was just so strong. We got Oranguru to start here and beach. So this could be a quick game just because our hand is so bad. This is like a game loser for sure. So as much as okay, so I guess we're redeemed. All right, we guess we just we don't quite lose yet. Alrighty then. I think I get Korrina and Ultra Ball, and then I like pair that, or I get I get Groudon and Ultra Ball. I think I actually go in and like I have to just get rid of like everything in this hand, which is horrible. I think I get rid of like the Enhanced Hammer and the Counter Catcher. That's so bad, but I think that's just like what we're doing here. And I gotta get myself a Wobbuffet, and then I think I'm going to escape rope the Wobbuffet into the active position so that, you know, my opponent can't use abilities, and then we'll do this and we'll do that, and we're going to just beach for more cards. Yeah, let's just do that. Busted. Okay, so that's a pretty good draw there. The Wishful Baton on the Groudon preemptively is fine. This hand is buffing out better than it looked like it was going to for starters, for sure. But be interested to see what kind of deck my opponent is playing. They appear to have Octillery in there. They have Fairy Pokemon. This is probably a Guardy deck. Guardy seems kind of suspect for sure. Guardy can definitely one-hit KO Primal Groudons, like for sure. And if my opponent can get that Sylveon into the active position, it looks like they play Sylveon in their Guardy deck as well, then they would most definitely be able to draw good cards under this Wobbuffet. But they ain't got it like that. So we'll definitely start off with the Professor's Letter here. Get myself, we don't even have 4 Psychics, or 4, oh, we priced 2 Fighting. That's, no bueno. That is not what we wanted. All right, very, very bad, but that's fine. We'll get over it. We can Korrina again. I think we'll Korrina here, and we're going to get ourselves another Primal Groudon, and then probably also a Versus Seeker. And we could just continue this kind of grind where we do that for a little while until, I don't know, we figure something else out. So, yeah, Primal Evolution. There he goes. Excellent. Then next turn, we'll try to play a couple more cards, see if we can't thin the hand down a little bit, and hopefully take advantage of that beach that's gone. That's unfortunate, but we'll see here. Yeah, but my opponent doesn't have anything going on, so this is totally fine here. We'll just, yeah, we'll Versus Seeker for another Korrina, and then we're going to see what item card we can get out of the deck that probably won't help us. We'll get that guy for sure, and then probably just another, getting all my Versus Seeker out of the deck just feels so bad. I feel like we need some action here. We need like Comp Search. We need something going on. Max Potion's a feel bad. Scramble Switch is a feel bad. We need to pull something out of the deck just to like, we'll get the Floatstone. That's fine. Alrighty then. And it's your turn, sir. I think like we just continue kind of just pulling things out of the deck. I guess I could have like Guzma probably knocked out the Eevee this turn, I guess, with the Buzzwole. Sometimes I got to look at that. My opponent doesn't have anything going on, so I'm just in kind of like pure, let's get a Primal Groudon into play mode. But I also don't want my opponent to have abilities, so I didn't really want to put the Buzzwole into the active position. But my opponent's hand is probably just dead, like I said. All right, last game, last one. Even if it's a scooper, that's it. That's it. We had the one long grindy loss at the beginning, 2 scoopers, and then we'll see how game Quattro goes. This game 4, and if it's if it's a long grindy game, so be it. That's fine. I'll we'll just be here working all day, so that's all good. Let's get it done. All right, so we're playing against Arthur Sub. All right, Arthur Sub, with your Fire, Water, colorless deck. This is looking like it could be Volcanion EX. Wobbuffet is very good against Volcanion, so I don't mind this at all. Hopefully we start a Wobbuffet. There he is. Beautiful starting hand. Don't mind this whatsoever. We're also going first, so that's pretty busted. Let's go ahead, throw this Groudon down, attach our energy, and go to Beach Town. That is good. Life is good. All right, here we go. So we've got this, we've got that, and Tropical Beach for a draw of 3. Beautiful start there. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a Korrina. We would love to Primal Evolve turn 2. That's kind of like the main thing we want to do here. Kind of have these weird, like, Lusamine Pokemon Center Lady action going on in my hand, but with the Wobbuffet in the active, we're pretty confident my opponent isn't going to be able to do too much unless they have like Guzma and are going to be able to bring up my Groudon and then Ultra Ball for Shaman or something like that. But I'm feeling like my opponent is probably going to have a slower start here. They do counter with a Scorched Earth. Funny enough, I can actually play Scorched Earth, so that doesn't really bother me too much. What's cool is I can use the Scorched Earth and then I could Lusamine and get the Tropical Beach back, which would be kind of a fun play there. But I don't want to discard too many fighting energies. Do have to be careful about that. I only have 8. I have 4 basic fightings. I have 5 strongs, or 4 strongs, 4 basic fighting, 4 strong, and 1 psychic energy. So 9 energy. That's 9, right? Yeah, 9 energy in total. So I can't be too too discard happy with my basic fighting energies there. Volcanion is a very cool archetype. It was very popular for the last couple of years that it was legal in Standard. Just saw a ton of success, a ton of different iterations of the list. We've got ourselves a Cynthia, so I don't feel like I actually have to do the whole discard thing. We're cool just going here, and then let's just do it. Let's just Cynthia. That's fine. I don't have to Lusamine yet. Yeah, we'd rather just try to draw into a Primal Groudon this turn. So we'll see a brand new hand. We got the Primal. We got the Beach. This is like, I shouldn't have done that yet, but that's fine. Here we go. Primal Groudon. So that is good. We saw they do play like multiple copies of Scorched Earth, so we probably should have, yeah, we should have been a little bit more careful with the Beach, but that's fine. It doesn't actually really matter considering that I have 2 Beaches in my hand. I just wanted to get that Primal Groudon down. So yes, you can't Mega Evolve and Beach in the same turn. Sad, they both end your turn, so you gotta pick one. Opponent's going in with Battle Compressor, so they are going to be discarding some cards. Probably want to discard Fire Energy so that they can use Power Heater in order to power up a Volcanion EX. They probably would also like to switch that thing into the active position. A lot of times Volcanion decks are going to utilize Guzma in order to do that. My opponent doesn't have Guzma as an option right now, though. Oh, they tried to do it. They can't. They can't do it. You can't Guzma Primal Groudon. Don't scoop, though. Hang in there. Hang in there, buddy. I know it's sad. Just don't scoop, though. Don't scoop, Arthur. Don't do it. This is a good game. We're going to get to play this one, all right? I know you're sad because you didn't get to Guzma the Primal Groudon, but just hang in there, all right? I want my Primal Groudon to be able to knock out at least one Volcanion this game. And then, you know, then we can do whatever, you know. If just let me knock out one Volcanion, then you can scoop it up, and we'll be no. Oh no. That's fine. I said that was the last game no matter what, so that is the last game no matter what. Anyways, that's Groudon EX. I'm still learning a lot about the deck. The deck is better than I gave it credit for. It's definitely a good deck. It is a good deck. It's very good. It's seen a lot of success. It's very hard to play as well. So not exactly for the faint of heart. You really got to be able to stick in there and kind of play to all of your different win outs throughout the course of the game and see your different win outs as they arise. But, you know, if you want to roll it on TCGO and happen to have some tropical beaches, I do highly suggest it. You can watch your opponent try to Guzma up your Primal Groudon and then just scoop. You know, that happened at least a couple of times. So, anyways, thank you all for watching the video. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Hope you all have a great day. Make sure to check out the Etsy store and Patreon stuff in the description below. FullGripGames.com. Awesome place to pick up all your TCG singles as well. Peace.